Idam Guru Ratna Mandala Kanuyatayami
Sangye
Shirang Zogi Jodnamba Janju Bardu Dagni Gyatsuchi Dagi Chunyen Gibe Sunangi Jola Denshir Sangye Drubar Shok
Sangye
Chidang Zogi Jodnamba Janju Bardu Dagni Gyatsuchi Dagi Chunyen Gibe Sunangi Jola Benchir Sangye Drubar Shok
Sangye
Chidang Zogi Jodnamba Janju Bardu Dagni Gyatsuchi Dagi Chunyen Gibe Sunangi Jola Benchir Sangye Drubar Shok
Ooh, it's words torture time.
Is it where I get tortured or
That's the ambiguity.
a little bit of both? Okay. Everyone ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Homework time. Plenty there. Okay. So, first question. What is it about the two higher realms that, quote, spit out neutral karma that blocks you?
Yes.
Neutral.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, well,
What was our discussion? What has been our discussion about? If you
whether
remember.
there's two kinds of neutral karma. There's the drip kind and the madrip. Like there's the non-obstacular and the kind that creates obstacles.
Okay. So what about so what gets you in the two higher realms in the first place?
Meditation.
Okay. Now, the opposite of meditation, obstacles. The benefits of meditation.
Avoiding bad deeds.
Right, that was something. Let's hear it, word. Oh.
Okay, for some, give me the Tibetan then.
Sukham, Sukmekam.
No, just for the word, there's a term just means like two higher realms. What kong? What's kong?
Kongpani.
Almost, yeah. Kam kong mani. Yeah, two higher realms. Good. And neutral karma blocks you, we've had.
Yeah.
Drip lumaten. Good. And spit out.
I think Adam's kind of.
No, that wasn't it. There was another word. He missed the class.
Han?
It was like in jin. Okay, now I'll give you the answer. It just has to do with the benefits of concentration.
I think the power of the meditation was so strong that it turns the bad karma into neutral karma.
Yeah, exactly. Precisely. Intense karma of rebirth into those realms through the meditation disallows those bad seeds to cause suffering. But apparently they still block you in some strange way. Okay? Okay, question 2. According to Choni Lama, what are 3 things that cause a neutral karma that blocks you in the desire realm? Why?
Any hint?
Why are you in the desire realm in the first place?
Is that like pizza?
Yeah. It's sexy pizza.
What? No. So gang, why are we on the wheel? Yeah. So it's along those lines.
There are 3?
Yep. It's from your book. It's from your book.
Is it the three animals?
No.
No, the two extremes.
Too extreme what?
Points of view of
Yes, views. Views. Yeah, it's
Sports.
You found it.
skateboarding, rollerblading. Yeah, view of destruction and view of, someone said, kind of
To extreme.
extremes. Okay, and there was one more thing.
There are 5.
No, there's 3 things. 5.
Emotion?
Close. It's,
Me and mine is self-existing.
that's the one we already said. That's the jigsaw. Good. The last one was the, what is linked to misunderstanding is what Shoni Lama said. I know. It's obscure. Yeah, Sundan.
Link number 3.
No, not linked to. Linked to.
Veritable assemblage? What is that?
What is courage?
Yeah, that's the classic translation of
Yeah.
that particular wrong view.
It is.
You want
Yeah.
to some weak,
Except the mind and the aspect.
holding to me in mind.
It's link number 1. Okay.
Define perishable assemblage.
It's link number 1.
Your body and
We
mind.
had like 2 terms on it.
Perishable assemblage.
Stop saying that.
Yeah.
You want to some something?
Okay. So, and the Tibetan. Yeah. Yeah. And for Karnzin, it's
Oh yeah.
view of the extremes, not the extremes themselves. And then, yeah, and then my Ripkat Sungden.
Oh, actually, it's on the, a link.
Oh yeah, there's another thing. The why, misunderstanding is not considered negative deed in some schools. That's why it's not bad karma, it's karma that is
Neutral but blocked.
low you but blocks you. Okay.
Wrongly
Cool.
understood.
Oh, sweet job. She's right.
Okay. Okay, give a brief explanation of good karma by connection and that by association.
I don't remember.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's what we talked about in class, no?
Yeah, well, that doesn't mean anything.
Associated by goodness, motivated
Yeah, nothing
by goodness.
for competition.
Something having to do with nirvana. If it's associated by goodness and motivated by something done in front of the whole representation of
No, that was a list of which the first 2 are things, but
It's the
Yeah,
universal
no, that was
thing.
what you just said was something, I think, right?
no, it's just not right. We had a whole list of types of karmas, and those were things on the list, but
Oh.
the first 2 were these, and then we went into the definition of these because that was in our book.
I don't know.
I love
Been
my
a good
book.
question.
I love my book. So,
50 code points.
seeds, every time seed.
All I gotta do is
just say it if you ever want to be writing. You know what? It's actually is seeds.
Seed created by a good deed.
That is by association. Yeah, you're correct.
Wow.
Yeah, and then and good karma by connection. Anybody want to just say random things until they say the right thing?
We're talking about as a cause or as a
The
result.
joy of helping someone.
It just said seeds. I don't know if you got it.
I guess okay.
It was really specific. If you don't remember,
Motivation?
kind of. It's the thoughts we have while we're doing a good deed. No, not necessarily. It doesn't say motivation. It's like the things you're thinking at the same time you're doing good deeds.
Those are different
Low one.
divisions of
Motivated by
Sangha.
joy of helping someone. Why you learn? Is an example.
enjoying that, and then enjoying it, and doing coffee meditation, enjoying.
Ah, did I write it? Maybe I didn't write it. Oh no, it goes in the next page. Okay, and then we have the Tibetan, which, yeah. Okay. that was officially
Done?
torture for everyone. Yes.
Yeah, it's awful quiet in this room right now.
Thank you very much.
Everybody's like stunned.
That was not a pleasant experience.
Was it not peasant by association? Yeah.
Ultimately.
Most things.
Well, that was last week. That's last night's class. So
Oh, I gotta bring this thing back.
thank you. Yes.
Does it say anything about bad karma by association?
Right? Nikki's bad.
It is true that it's the same, yeah. It's the same, yeah.
Nikki's bad. Karma by connection to a lack of thoughts in my mind.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Good luck. Let's just do the. Well, let's do the whole thing. Please read. Uncle Phil, yell at him. No, I'm recording my people. They smell funny. Only a Buddha will understand this recording. Go.
Namingi.
Namin.
Roll with it.
Gumije Partelwa Tang. Gu Tungi Ndrebu Mi Kepartelwa Tang. Dompa Topnema Tang. Ki Partu Gewa Yunchak Sumin Chung Partelwe.
Minjungwar. Yeah.
Minjungwar Telwe Rikpe Gewa Tangmi Gewa Semipar Drupne Tetar Tupa Tak Ki Tamchawe Tunla Lung Tang Rikpa Tenam Drupar Jepa Yang Tak Tut Songwa Meto.
Okay, cool. The other guy's not happy with us saying that Bachaks, karmic seeds, are neutral, that they're not karmically active, that they're neither good karma or bad karma. He's dissatisfied with that. And he went to, as we saw, he went to the higher Abhidharma to get a quotation that said, by association, the seeds are good karma or bad karma because of they're associated to the actions that planted them. So they're kind of like, I don't know, if you were appointed by a bad president, then you are probably bad. You see what I mean? That's their point. The person who did it was bad, so the seed must be bad. You see what I mean? Should have bad karma, should be bad karma, okay? If something was planted by bad karma, it should be bad karma while it's sitting there, okay? Then they give 3 reasons why they believe that to be true, okay? And I misstated it at the end of the last class. So these are 3 reasons why they say if the planter is a good karma or a bad karma, then the seed must be a good karma or a bad karma. And if it's not, these 3 problems attain. These 3 problems come up. Okay, so they give 3 tengers. Oh, if the seed is neutral, then what about blah, 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 blah? And what about blah, 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 blah? And what about blah, 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 blah? Okay, so I misstated it at the end of the last class, okay? So I numbered them, and let's go through them one by one. And you will see what he's talking about, okay? And it's very hard, and it took me a few days, okay? So if it's true that blah, then this would have, this absurd thing, right? Prasangika. This absurd thing would have to be true. So if it's true that the karmic seeds are karmically neutral, then namagigyu michepa telwa, then they could not produce a karmic result, a maturation of karma. They could not produce a result which is a karmic maturation. Because they do. The results, there's a 3-step process, right? You do a karma, you plant a seed, and a result comes out. So if this is not karmically active, how do you get a result out of it?
A karmic.
How can it give a karmic result? You see, there's a three-step, it's the intermediary. The debate is the intermediary karmically good or bad? And he says, if it's not, if it's karmically neutral, how can it give what everyone says is a karmic result? Okay, how can it produce what everyone calls a karmic result? You know, that's his first argument.
He's assuming, or we're all assuming, that namen necessarily means karmically active.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, no. Only comes from a karmically active thing means namen. Namen kadibu.
Okay.
A karmic result. So he's saying if this is not a karma, how can it give a karmic result?
So a namen cannot be lumaten.
No, the cause of the namen cannot be a lumaten.
Well, what I'm saying is, can a namen be lumaten? Because
Sure.
he's saying that
No,
if it spits out a namen,
I had the same question. But,
then it's necessarily karmically charged.
if
good
it's
or
not a
bad.
namen,
Gay or medium.
If it does spit
Ribo
out, if it
girachitin.
does cause a ripening,
could it be neutral?
Yeah. And wouldn't the...
Well, it's you can say assumed nice results and bad results.
Right, that's-
Then you cover
That's what I'm
it.
asking.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. When he says namen kadibu, he's referring to feelings of pleasure, feelings of pain. Okay, so how could a thing produce karmic results if it's not a karma? Okay, that's his first tawa. Okay, and then my second problem with what you said is, then the nature of the cause, which is the bakchak, okay, and the nature of its result, which is like a tasty green drink, okay, could not be similar.
Right, that makes more...
Okay, gyutun means same type. Gyutun means same type, and we'll see it in Stanley's text in chapter 2. Okay, in the Abhidhamma, they're not the same type of thing. Okay, okay. One is a karmic result and one is not. Then there's no same type between the cause and the result. There are dissimilar types of causal things. Okay. And third problem, and this is would come up in Allison's text, okay? Domba Tobne. Once you get a vow, like you're going to do tonight you will Domba Tob. You will get a vow, okay? And Matangi Pardu, until such time as you Tong,
Give it away?
give it up.
Give it up.
Yeah, give it up, meaning you die in the case of a pratimoksha vow, or you disavow it in the case of a bodhisattva vow. Until such time as you give it up, then how can we say that you have a flow of good deeds going all the time you possess the vow? Okay? Gewa. So, from the moment that you take a vow until the time that you give up that vow, you are accumulating good karma. It's like you don't have to do anything. You're just accumulating good karma. All the days of your life, all the hours of your life that you have a vow, you are accumulating good karma. Even if you're not great about keeping them, just having it is a good karma. Okay, so how could that be the case if the seeds are not? Like, suppose you take a bodhisattva vow and it's cross lives, right? So if the virtue is stored in the bakchak between lives, and but how's there going to be a flow of good karma? Because a neutral karma intervenes. I mean, a neutral thing intervenes. A non-karmic reactive thing would break the flow of the good karma.
How would the goodness carry through?
Yeah. So there'd be good karma, good karma, good karma, and then you die or something, and things are all depending on your bakchaks, and then the bakchaks open again, and you have another life. But between here, the virtue would be interrupted. That's his tawas. He's got 3 tawas. They're not bad. They're not bad, especially the first one. I mean, you have the feeling that if something produced a pleasant result, it has to be good karma. But I guess the mind-only school is saying there's some kind of, the storage unit doesn't count. It's neutral, and the seed is, the karma plants it, and a good result comes out of the karma, but it's just a holder for the energy of what you did in your life. So the bakchak can still be neutral, karmically neutral. Okay, that's the rung loop. Okay, cool. Jungwe Tawe Rikbe. Then there, That's their three tawas. That's their logic, okay? That's the logic they use. This rikspa means that's the logic they use, okay? And because of that logic, they say, we are proving, drup, that what something is gewa and migewa real, senyipa. Senyipa means real. It means definitive good karma. So you might want to not translate senyipa as definitive or something. It doesn't mean that. In colloquial Tibetan, it means the real thing. Okay, did you have a green drink today? Yeah, but I got it from McDonald's. It wasn't a green drink, senyipa. No, those smoothies they have are sugar, corn syrup. So, did you have a smoothie today? Yeah, I went to McDonald's and got a smoothie. Oh, that's not a smoothie, senyipa. That's not the real thing. So don't forget to translate this as the real thing. It is real good karma and bad karma. Drup. Now, this tense should alert you, okay? This tense should alert you. It's not drup. They proved it's drup. They try to prove. You see what I mean? They're proof. It means proof, but it means they didn't prove it. Okay? So the verb tense should have alerted me, which it didn't, but it did later. That they are attempting to prove. Okay.
Which tense is this?
This is like some kind of present tense. Dup. They continue to try to prove, but they didn't prove. Okay, you never see this tense.
We had it earlier in text, but
Yeah, same context, I hope.
no.
But I'm going to skip here and then go back. Okay,
Okay.
the lung and the rikpa, both the scripture that they pull out to prove these three tawas,
And the
To-
logic.
and the logic they pull out. Yandak tu songwa me.
It's not totally correct.
Yeah, it's not very good for proving what they want to prove. Dupachepa. These are not proofs that are valid.
Referring to those three tawas?
Yeah, in this case, they probably have more. But
Yeah.
these three, okay, they're not good proofs. They don't prove what they're supposed to prove, okay? Why, he doesn't say. And maybe somewhere you can find a discussion that we just had, you know, about the storage unit has to be virtuous or non-virtuous. We don't know. Okay, now we'll go back to this little piece that we didn't do yet. Detar Dubataki, the guys who believe this kind of thing, who believe this way, the guys who take this position, Detar Dubataki, the talk makes it the guys. The talk makes it the guys. The guys who believe this way, they are about the point that they're trying to assert, Damchawe Dun, about the point that they are asserting. They don't have good logic and they don't have good scripture to prove it. Okay, the guys who take this position don't have good logic and scripture that is gonna prove the point that they're asserting. Damchawe Dun. Okay, got it? And it only took me like 4 days to do that piece. Okay.
It's hard because it seems like the logic they've offered is pretty good.
We didn't hear their logic.
Sure.
Well, we did.
Because it predicted
Yeah, we had a
just-
Jorwa
Yeah.
take the storage unit. It must be karmically active because if it were not, there would be these three problems. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. It's not bad, you know. It's just not yandak. I wrote myself out what I just said because I'm afraid I would forget it when it comes to edit your text. I really, it's so difficult that I'm afraid I will forget. So I just took notes. I made notes, which I usually don't do. Okay, but I usually can figure it out again later. But I thought it would save the time to kind of write out my notes. Okay. Then he bails out on us. Okay, he jumped. There's a recording comes on the airplane. This is the pilot. I just recorded this 5 minutes ago. You may see a parachute under the plane. This is me. The plane is going down. That's the same thing. Go.
Sundi ni que para canjale 시발자오.
which means
The commentary, the auto commentary.
good. Yeah, nice, excellent. Acha.
The auto commentary states this.
No, you should. Cha means you should. Shepa.
You should know.
Yeah, you should learn these things. Okay. Go refer. If you want more detail, Gepar. Yeah, if you want more detail about how this works, you know, their whole positions and how we defeat them, go read the auto commentary. Okay. Kawe neki delpa. Say kawe. Neki delpa. Then he just says kando. The commentary to the difficulty. Meaning the commentary to the text on the difficult
Even though
points.
that's why we came to him.
Yeah, that's true. Well, maybe there will be pieces where Tsongkhapa's commentary will be more descriptive.
Because he comments on the root text, not the commentary.
Good, yeah.
Okay.
Eventually we'll need one of those.
I like the next part because I understand it, which is not always the case with your text. By the way, I believe that sometimes when you get to the end of a text, something gels, and then suddenly you understand the parts you didn't understand. Okay, so sometimes you just, what's a paratrooper? You do paratrooper. We should have names for all these techniques, translation techniques, like the anticipatory translation technique, but the parachuting.
Predictive translation.
The parachuting translation technique is you drop troops behind the front line, and then you catch up later. You know, means just go ahead, and you can mop up, you can clean up these guys behind you later. You know, just jump over the main army and keep fighting towards their city. And, you know, these guys, somebody else will take care of them, okay? It means just go ahead to the text and I'll figure that out later. Because most of the time what you come to later reveals the meaning of what you didn't understand, but not always.
Sketch rather than a drawing?
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, you can call sketch. Sketch it and then keep going. Or you have another option, which is to stop translating the book. Or what's the worst option? What's the worst option?
Think you're right.
Yeah, right.
No, but even know you're wrong, but translate it wrongly and then never get back to it and give that to the world, you know. And then you disgrace the mixed nuts.
That's why I feared
Shamden.
focusing on the drafts.
Shamden. Shamden. Say Shamden. Yeah, you disgrace the mixed nuts. Shamden means pull down the leg. Shamden. And it's a common idiom in spoken Tibetan. This monk is a Shamden. You know, he got up to represent Saramay in a debate and he made an idiot out of himself. He's a Shamden for Saramay. You know, he's taken our monastery down.
How do you say mixed nuts in Tibet?
Badam Deba or Tarka Deba. Badam Deba means mixed peanuts and Tarka Deba means mixed, what do you call those things? Acorns or something.
Acorn?
No.
Chestnuts.
Now the
Batam.
we need the chi.
I think Batam's easier because nowadays in India there's a lot of Batams. Batam Deba. The mixed peanuts. But I guess it's got to be multiple nuts.
That's the problem.
How about Tarka? Tarka.
Darka.
Yeah. Tarka.
Okay.
It's nuts, just general nuts. Okay, Tarka Deba. Let's just call ourselves the Tarkas. That's kind of nice. The Tarka. The nuts, yeah. Mixed. And we understood it's Deba. If someone asks for commentary, you can say it's Tarka Deba. Okay, please go ahead while we're wasting your time. I feel some vibe coming out of here. Okay, go.
Felt that? Okay. Hak chat njokpe surasum shuni ki nenyun me ke
Okay.
tietak ni kandu bao.
Yeah, I'm not gonna translate it yet because I would have to say the whole commentary. So let's do the commentary and we'll come back to the root text. The only thing I'd like to point out here is it's legal to separate off an O. If you want to emphasize that I'm making meter. Okay, because if you don't break it off, it could be read either way. You can say bo, or you can say bao. And he's trying to make it clear, I want you to treat it as a separate syllable, ba-o, because otherwise you don't make beat. Dedak nikar de ba-o. If it was dedak nikar de bo, it wouldn't make meter. Okay? All right, small point. But you might see it and don't correct it, is what I'm saying. Don't correct it, because it's correct.
I was about to.
Okay. Yeah, I was too. That's why I'm bringing it up.
Right, and in fact,
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, he does correct it. Well, that might be the typist, but go ahead.
군시 탱트 박착 njokpe sulaluk sunte goje la mintu
Mitupar.
mitupar chuni ki
Nice,
nepar tupatang
nice.
nume phe bakchak sardu ke
Get
ke pandu patang bakchak dedak
Pagchak.
박착 대탁 설명니 간드 바오.
By the way, we are approaching the end of Kunshi. We're going to end Kunshi within a few hours. Okay, and then we're going to go to
누니
Nyinyi. Yeah, then we'll go to mentally afflicted, negative emotion. Negative. We call it negative consciousness. Yeah. Okay, so Kunshi Tengdu. In the Kunshi, right?
on the kunshi.
In this case, but he really wants you to get this image of the seed being planted down into the
Okay.
Kunshi. Bakjak Chokpitsu, the way in which the
Seeds are
planted. Okay. There's three opinions. Luksum. There's three opinions on how they are planted. Okay. This dupa is. This word belongs to Sugeng, and I'm gonna keep bothering you until you remember it.
Pretty sure he's got it by now.
Go. What's to drup? What's to drup?
Oh, the dependence,
Relies upon.
Yeah, reliance,
reliance.
which is the definition of dependence. Okay. To drup, tendel kitsenyi. To drup, say to drup, tendel kitsenyi. Yeah. Pretty much the short definition of dependent origination is to drup. That which occurs in reliance is the definition of that which occurs in dependence. Thanks. Thanks a lot. Okay. Okay.
No, just two.
Okay. So what's a goje? We had cab J. What's the other J we had?
This is a smearable. We had joke J.
No, in Adam's text, KJ and KJA. And we've had cab J and KJA.
Yeah.
And now we got goje and goja.
A smearable, and that was just
J.
smeared.
J.
Smear.
That's smearing.
Smearer.
Right.
Okay, the smearer and the smeary. Okay. Try that in the pizza. Okay, pizza place. Could you got any smearers or smearies? Goje means the smearer. La mitapa.
That does not depend upon.
Yeah. We don't need to depend upon a force which plants the seed because those seeds nepa in the mind chunyiki.
By their
Nepa.
very nature.
Yeah, by their very nature. Right. This is not the chunyi tattva
Right.
or dharmata. That means emptiness. This just means by their very nature. Okay, which should be an uncomfortable expression for any Madhyamika person. Okay, and I use it sometimes and I catch myself very wrong. I'm going to use it today downstairs, and I was like uncomfortable with it. Okay, so anyway.
We're wearing our mind holy hats, so it's okay.
Yeah, there are people who believe that the seeds are there by their very nature, and they weren't put there by some force. Okay, they weren't put there by some karma, by some action, or by some words, or by some thoughts. They're just there by their nature. That's how the seeds got in the mind. Okay, that's really uncomfortable to believe. Okay, second one. You can translate this.
Before they not they were not put there before. They didn't newly arise.
Yeah, okay, active.
Right. They didn't.
They were
newly
planted.
Created.
Newly. And they were not there before.
Right.
So that's the general belief that most people think of.
Right.
The kunchi's sitting there, you tell a lie, and it plants a seed. That's the second opinion.
Okay.
They weren't there 5 minutes ago. Then you did something, and then it planted them. Okay, I mean that's what's comfortable for us to say, right? This sardu might give you some insight into the other famous sardu. Yeah, sardu milue rikpa, which is the definition of pramana, and it's. We gotta find a good way to say it. Newly is the worst one. Freshly is okay. Maybe there's a better one. It's like something we have to think about. The definition of pramana, accurate perception in some schools is that it has to be fresh and maybe fresh and unerring. And that's meant to eliminate
Drunken states.
memories. Okay, those schools would say that memories are not pramana. Okay. Anyway, mainly. So that's how we get out of a debate. That's how we shut up the other guy if we want to go on. So I think means so.
Mind only? Do they have a definition of it? It's different.
I don't know, but anyway, it's not this one. It's not. It doesn't relate here. I'm just trying to point out. This is another sardu. Okay.
The third position is you got a little both of them.
Exactly. Okay. So anyway, read across the 2 commas in this text only. In this text only. I haven't seen it anywhere else, but I appreciate it. I think it's sexy. He's trying to get the commas that were in the root text. He's trying to show that he's trying to show off that he's weaving. Okay. And I've never seen it before, but I can understand it. The showing off part. Okay, third choice, third option. And Mr. Kramer correctly identified it.
Those two, both of those 2 bakchaks, some agree that some agree with both.
Yeah.
Those bakchaks can be new or old.
Yeah, they agree with both.
Yeah.
They're called the 1 and 2 school. Some have been there forever, and some are planted there newly. Okay, some bakchaks have always been around, chuniki, by their very nature, and some are planted newly. Okay, now he's going to discuss these 3 options, but first he's going to identify who proposed them. Okay, and he goes to Bhutan Rinpoche. Excuse me?
Old.
Ning with an R means old. Ning with an S means heart.
Old newly?
Old and new.
Ning.
Both old and new. Always been there and just newly planted. Okay. Okay, go ahead, please read.
Dear Bhutan Rinpoche.
Nice, I like your che. No, perfect. He's learning. That's a Mayinga.
We're not.
So gang learns immediately. Word learns in time. And then there's the other people. Bhutan Rinpoche.
Beat up after class this year. Luke Tangpo. Loten Tang. Nipa Yangdak Den-ma.
Yeah.
Sumpa Choki De Du Sung.
Okay, Bhutan Rinpoche says, and we'll go find it, okay? Let's put a note to find it. Find it in Bhutan Rinpoche. Okay. Who lived just before Tsongkhapa. They just missed each other. But Tsongkhapa learned a lot from Bhutan Rinpoche's students. And it is claimed that he got all of Bhutan's lineage from the students. Okay.
Wow.
Anyway, Bhutan Rinpoche expresses the opinion that the first system was created by Stiramati. So Loten means Stira means stable, firm mind. Then the second was by a lama or by a guru named Yanda Dhamma, the one who speaks perfect truth. And I don't know the Sanskrit, and I couldn't find it. And the third position is is that of Chokide. And I don't know that Sanskrit. So when I really, really can't find a Sanskrit,
Construct it.
I write art angle.
Oh.
But I have to really not be able to find it. So it's either between it will never be in the book or I have to ask Art. So I bow my head and I go ask him. And here's his email, which made me feel so good. Okay. By the way, his maybes are usually perfect. So I hate to say it. I mean, go with his maybes and say these are conjectural. We say conjectural.
In the footnote?
Yeah. These are their possible Sanskrit names, but we haven't confirmed it yet. Conjectural means we haven't confirmed it yet.
Put the whole thing in the footnote.
The email?
Yeah.
Dear readers, from Art.
Yeah, the problem when he says not sure how to combine the two, you can find the pieces in Lokesh Chandra,
Sure.
and you can artificially put them together, but you're still never sure if it's right.
Right.
Okay. Anyway, he did the correct approach, of course.
Interesting how this author did the numbering. You usually don't see them numbered.
No, I numbered it.
No, Dangpo, Nipa.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay, now someone else expresses a different opinion on whose positions they are. Go.
Okay. Wang Lo Tang Sas. Is it Sapsang? Maybe.
Sasam.
It's Sasang. Okay.
Yeah.
Sasang Lo Chen Gi. Tang Po Da Kong Kyung.
Kyung.
Tang Yang Dak Den.
Yeah.
Nipa Gao Tang Choki De. Sumpa Lopen Chupyong Soki Song Kyang Shije Matung She Drup Tachemo Leso.
Okay, good. When you see lo as the second half of a name, what's it mean?
Do we bow to them? No.
As the second half of a personal name.
Is it like Bakuto?
Lo Tsawa.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, and they always say, so Lo Tsawa from Shenzhen would be called Shenlo. You see, so usually, oftentimes, the name of Lo Tsawas reflects their home city or their home province, and it doesn't reflect their personal name. So they'll say the translator from Shenzhen. Okay, Shenlo, yeah, Shenlo. Okay, and I went and got him for you. Okay.
Shimpan. Yeah.
Yeah. How do you say?
Shimpan is translator, so we should.
Shimpan.
Shimpan.
Shimpan. Okay, good. I went and found his name for you. Okay.
Cool.
Lodutemba.
Oh, okay.
That's his monk's name.
So Stiramati. Okay.
It's also Stira, but it's a Tibetan name, so it's yeah. And I just went and got it for you. It's in a history book by Janya Shepa. Now you could take Lodutemba and go see if TBRC has any information. I mean, they sometimes have dates. By the way, I think I dated him for you.
That's cute.
No, that's the other one. Okay. All right, and another translator, but he's the great translator, Sasang, which again is a good place, Sasang, which is just a village name or it's a town name, okay? And I went and looked for him for you. I did this for free.
Yeah.
I was going to complain to Seiji, but he's not there. When I'm not doing what Seiji forced me to do for the downstairs class. Okay. Read this and we'll learn something about Sasang Lo Tsawa.
Okay. Tela Kongne Je Rinpoche Kyang.
Che, your Che's been so good so far.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Yeah, okay.
I skipped over. Je Rinpoche Kyang Sasang Lo Tsawe Trilen Zhuang Lopen Di Gyu Chen Drenpa Board. Okay.
Yeah.
Drenpa Board Sumla.
Yeah, this is an interesting sentence. Okay, Tela Gongne, with that in mind, J Rinpoche, Jetson Kappa, also in the Chilen
There's notes.
questions and answer session. So Chilen is a genre of literature, which means Q&A session, and the Lama did a Q&A. The most famous one in our database is Dharmabhadra, Quicksilver, and I spent months splitting it up. Well, I wish I had time to do it with the other Chilens. Because the student will ask questions about Vajrayogini, then they'll ask questions about logic, then they'll ask questions about middle way. And it's cool if you can split them up and put them into their categories, you know.
Something about translating.
Yeah, you could try, yeah, it would be good. Anyway, apparently Sasang Lotsawa had a question and answer session with him, with Jetson Kappa, so that dates him. That gives him a rough date, apparently, okay?
100-ish.
Yeah, and in there, he also stated, probably Jetson Kappa, that the person who Chen Demba this Gyu to Tibet,
Who brought?
yeah, who brought this Tantra.
Holy brought though. Chen, like Chen Resu.
Well, learn the word Chenden, okay? Chenden means to invite or usher in.
We had it.
Chenden. It means to pull the holy eye.
Yeah, exactly.
To pull the holy eye. Chenden. But in rituals and things, you Chenden the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, and you know, yeah, you invite them to come. Yeah, I hope so. Okay, so he said this master was the person who brought this Tantra to Tibet. Who he's talking about, we don't know. But we kind of established that he lived in the time of Tsongkhapa. Okay, and I got his monk's name for you here. Ngaki Wangbo. Okay, it's Vakishvara. Okay, which is a pretty common name actually. A lord of speech, meaning speaks holy books.
He was Tibetan, so probably no one called him that.
Yeah, they never called him that. I got a couple minutes. Okay, so these two translators expressed the opinion, okay, that the first system, which is Ying, they've always been there, is that of Dakyong, which is Art said he thought maybe Chandrapala. Yeah, you could also say Chandarakshita. We don't know. That was my guess. And Yanda Den means Yanda Denpa Mawa, who we just had, speaker of the pure truth. Yeah, maybe I'm just guessing. And I was in a rush, so anyway. And then the second position is that of Gawo. This is just Nanda. Anyway, by the way, this is the other problem in Buddhist scripture. This is the problem when you have 25 centuries of tradition. There's been lots of Gawos, you know, and this is probably a much later one, right? If he's expressing an opinion about the Mainomi school, he's got to be, you know,
at least post a Sangha. Yeah.
So it's a Nanda or Ananda, but we don't know.
Sure.
He's Indian. He's definitely Indian. Sorry, most likely Indian. And Chokide, which Art said, I think correctly. Did he have it here? Yeah, Paramasena. Yeah, that's a pretty common lama.
Okay.
And the third position is that of I looked it up. Dharmapala is probably Dharmarakshita. Oh, sorry, Dharmarakshita is the Nagasena in the questions of Melinda. Okay, monk. Yeah, the monk who asked the king asked the questions to. He's been identified with Dharmarakshita. It feels like it could be him. Soki de Sung Kyang, but we don't see any Sheje for this position. Sheje means backup.
Basis of knowledge, yeah. Like
there's a word. We don't see any
precedent.
No, it means what is that word? Evidence, something like that. Yeah, that. Yeah. We don't see any evidence for this opinion.
Further support.
It does mean evidence. You got 2 today. You got 2 words today. Okay, you're getting hot. Okay, we don't see it. Who claims we don't see it? The Drupta Chemo. The Drupta Chemo says these positions, we don't see any evidence for these. There's another word for evidence. Anyway, we don't see any backup for saying that. Okay, we don't see any support in any scripture that says that these people held those 3 positions. We don't see any support for that opinion. Those 2 translators expressed that opinion. By the way, if an opinion is expressed by a translator about something, they're probably talking about Indians. Okay, you see what I mean?
Probably.
Yeah, and you can go to the big Drupta Siddhanta text, which is Chankhya, which is the most famous. They just call it the big Siddhanta. They just call it the big Siddhanta. And I went and looked, and I couldn't find that opinion.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I worked pretty hard on that. I mean, probably we should do it again. But I couldn't find it. Okay. So, you know, I don't see it there. Need to check more. Maybe it's a different Drupta Chemo. Okay.
Are there others?
Yeah, we gotta talk about that.
Maybe we can make a folder.
No, I found a thing.
Maybe we can make a folder of Druptas and then search it.
Yeah, you just define it in your Gopher search.
Right.
Like, I'm getting better at that. I used to go get the book, copy it, put it in Word, look for something, but now it takes less time to redefine your fields. Yeah.
Right. Make
Okay.
me feel.
The book that we have been calling Chankhya, BRC calls Rome Pelton.
Oh, could be. But or there might be 2.
It's the same text.
Oh, that could be 2. It could be we made a mistake identifying it. We'll have to go to the colophon. Yeah, it could be. It could well be.
We cited a lot, so we probably better check.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, I know what book you're talking about, and I know the catalog number, and I think it's fishy. I agree it's fishy, so we'll go look. I smell something there. Yeah.
You're now 2.5 minutes over.
Yeah, stopped here.
Did you use an older version of this to work on? Because I thought I numbered everything.
Maybe I did by accident.
Yeah.
Maybe I did by accident.
Okay.
But you know, I split something. You number it ahead. Numbering ahead is not a good idea.
Okay, so we'll just.
Because I constantly resplit. You know.
Okay, no problem. I just.
9:26.
Yeah, 26.
Okay. Let's do it. Shi bugi tushime dodram vira vinci niende gembadi sangye shindu mite uargi jokun namdak shingla juparsho Hiranguru Ranamandala Kanyayadayami
Gewa
Di Kewo Kun Sanam Yeshe Tsotsok Shing Sanam Yeshe Le Chungwe Taba Kunyi Toba Sho